Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new episode of FinReact. Today, we're talking about backyard sports coming back to, well, the computers and everything else probably in the near future. I did say I was going to do an update video, and you know what? I'm still going to live up to that video. However, I'm not the expert when it comes to these things, but I know someone who is not the expert. Well, I'm talking about not the expert, the YouTube channel, you know, the guy who says he's not the expert but knows more information than we do. And honestly, he's a good guy, so if you haven't yet, guys, please subscribe. I will put the link below where you can find him. And let's check out the updates and what more backyard baseball sports announced.
Backyard baseball is making a return in 2024? I can't believe it.
Me neither.
This is amazing, and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the upcoming release, or I guess re-release of Backyard Baseball for 2024, and then more video games, television, movies, merchandise, everything in the future.
Well, I know based on the last video we did, guys, I did understand it did have merchandise, but TV show and movie, I'm intrigued with that one.
That. It really was a shock. I woke up this morning to see Backyard Baseball is making a return. They have a 30-second animation, and it's in the art style of the old games from the 90s and the early 2000s. Which makes me excited because I really enjoyed those games, and specifically the characters from those games were special too.
I want to play baseball.
I want to play baseball. They
have Pete Wheeler.
Own personality, and they were just like fun characters. There was like a spin-off version in the Xbox 360 area with some very watered down characters. Like all the group felt washed out.
Yeah, I was gonna say no one ever got this game. No one ever got this game. Even though they talked about it, no one ever played it. We don't talk about this thing. This is a game we kind of throw in the side that said it was there, but we don't talk about it.
Pablo Sanchez didn't even have his pot belly. Why would you even do that? And on top of that,
hashtag not my Pablo. I agree.
Worse in my opinion. So I think everyone has like a sour taste in their mouth from those era of games. We definitely don't want that to come back. You know, we want the OG games. But it seems like the studios making this Playground Productions seems to understand that. They want to target the nostalgia of this game series. And if you remember a little bit back, the Kelsey brothers, Jason and Travis Kelsey, they said they had fond memories of Backyard Baseball, and they said in one of their podcasts that they were actually thinking about buying the rights to Backyard Baseball to bring it back.
I've secretly been looking into seeing if
what a G this guy is.
Backyard football and Backyard Baseball, because I want to buy it and get this thing going again. That's the best game ever.
But someone at Playground Productions said,
and it's amazing as someone else in a professional level actually out of games like this. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, I played Call of Duty, I played, you know, this fighting game, this adventure game. The Kelsey brothers were actually going back into nostalgia era where, for someone like us, we played these games constantly back when we had computer games that were entertaining from Humongous Entertainment. So, to me, they're trying to bring back the nostalgia that we understood in the 90s played. When they were even educational, they were just fun.
Kelsey isn't directly involved in this relaunch. He represented an audience of people that, to this day, fondly remember backyard sports as a staple with iconic characters beloved by many. Just like Jason and the millions of other fans out there, Playground Productions recognizes the nostalgia of this franchise and is thrilled to bring it back to life to reach a new generation of players.
I think most of the goal of it is that a lot of these people want to bring, like, what the new generations don't understand what we did as a kid growing up. So to me, it's more of like, you know, this is what we did back when computer games were more popular, and this is one of the biggest games that everyone had in their childhood at least once.
Like they recognize that Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey just kind of represent age group of like millennials who fondly
backyard soccer
when we were all kids in the 90s and the 2000s. I am one of those. I'm not their age.
Me too.
I was a kid in the 2000s, so I obviously played these games. I've played it many times on my channel, and judging from like the demographic,
and they're actually good videos, so I recommend, if you haven't yet, guys, subscribe and check out these videos. They're actually pretty good.
It's basically everyone our age and a little bit older, which is kind of funny because it is
True.
a game designed for kids. But here's a direct quote from the people at Playground Productions. "We're incredibly excited to reintroduce backyard sports to a new generation of players," Chris Walters, Chief Product Officer at Playground Productions, said in a statement. "We're taking great care to preserve the look and the feel that made the original game so special while updating them with modern features and gameplay that today's audience expects." So that's very vague, but
I mean, that's kind of a little at the same time a little nerve-wracking. The fact that, you know, in the quote, I would have to say, "Great care to preserve the look and feel that made the original game so special while updating them to modern feature and gameplay that today's audience expects." I think to me it's very kind of vague and different to touch it because, you know, we grew up with simply using a computer mouse and keyboard or even a controller that you can connect to your computer. But the fact of the matter is now that we have this whole trying to update the fact that I think it's being more close to this era of gaming with controlling and PCing. It's just very difficult.
gameplay that today's audience expects. So that's very vague, but I like some things that they're saying here. One, that they're keeping the old look and feel of the characters and all their goofy quirks. One thing that is intriguing is saying they're updating them with modern features and gameplay that today's audiences expect. I'm not exactly sure what that means.
Me neither.
They want to bring this game to PC and gameplay that today's audiences expect. I'm not exactly sure what that means. They said they want to bring this game to PC and mobile first, releasing basically a remastered version of the original.
See, I understand the whole doing it on PC is one thing. I mean, that's fine also. I expected to see it on Steam sometime in the near future. I'm hoping it's not just going to be for Windows. I'll be very pissed if it is. But mobile, I think it's gonna be a little bit weird to play it on your phone. In fact, it wouldn't feel right to play it, but I would eventually would say it would definitely come to the system. But I guess we'll see.
Games, which was like the 1997 to 2001 era. All the YouTubers you've been seeing playing it the last couple of years have all been playing on emulators. So being able to play it like on your phone on the go, that would be amazing.
It'd be cool though, too.
Reddit have thrown the idea around, like, what if they did a Switch release or something with like all of the games in one? That would honestly be incredible. I didn't even think
I'd
about
buy
that
it
until right now, but I'd be perfectly fine with how they did it back in the day with one at a time. As long as backyard baseball is good, we'll be happy.
Yes.
However, they did say Playground Productions did not confirm if they will work with professional sports leagues to feature the athletes in the games, but they said there could be additional announcements in the future if they were going to decide to do that.
I think the fact of the matter is too that if you think about more guys, we started on players from 2001 to 2005 to 2007, all that stuff. We have players back then that were probably, I don't even know if they have like direct owner right to actually have their face being shown on here. So things like Mark McGuire, Jason Giambi, Jose Canseco, Brad Rasky, Tim Hudson, Lisa Leslie, Kevin Garnett. The fact of the matter is they can also form with the current players of the sports of NBA, NFL, MLB. I think it'd be a little confusing at first to add players like that, but it would be interesting to see if they'd ever do a cross-brand with the current ones. Plus with the mix with the nostalgia of everyone else who played back then. I think it depends, really comes down to if they have ownership and the rights to take them.
A lot of celebrities with things shaped around backyard baseball stuff recently. Like there was a baseball player in the MLB who had...
Yeah, Bobby Witt Jr., I would like that bat, please. If you could send it to my address, I would appreciate it. Let's talk business.
Pablo Sanchez bat, that's pretty cool. Bobby Witt Jr. Apparently J.J. Watt was wearing a Pablo Sanchez t-shirt as well. So,
dude, that's an awesome t-shirt. I want that.
The only one still excited about this game. I'm glad that people are still locked in on it.
Well, the fact of the matter is that also J.J. Watt, probably Bobby Witt Jr., Kelsey brother, they're in the era of we were all born to gaming when this was the game.
Not in my bingo card that we would see this series again, and especially not in its original form.
Potbelly
which
Pablo
has me really excited. I'm not sure how they will update it. What new features are they talking about? What new gameplay elements are they referring to? As far as I can tell, the anticipated re-release of the old games is around the end of this year, which will be coming to PC and mobile. And then in the future, I think they have plans to actually release brand new games, and some of those will be making their ways to consoles. They said they want to start out with baseball first because that is their priority, and to be honest, that was their best game series back in the day. And they do
agree.
Other sports potentially down the road. In this image, it looks like Pete is holding a hockey stick.
And they actually did have a hockey game. I did actually own a hockey game in Backyard. Mike Madonna was on it. I remember that one. That was the main person I always picked for the professional athletes.
He's spinning a basketball. Ahmed's kicking a soccer ball in the background.
Let's
Stephanie,
go.
Of course, has her baseball glove. And Pablo Sanchez has a football. I guess my only fears is if they're going to make new games in the future, just don't let them be crappy. If it's like the ones from the GameCube era or the Xbox 360 era.
See, here's the thing. The GameCube one I did own in 2005. I don't give it too much shit, but it was actually not terrible. Well, once again, it's GameCube, so...
Especially, those were less than ideal. The originals captured that fun, the simple gameplay. It doesn't have to be the most complicated game of all time, you know? I don't need 3D characters either. I feel like the 2D style, it's iconic and it still looks good to this day. Whereas the 3D versions obviously have not aged well with time. I am intrigued what stadiums will return, how much of the roster of characters will return. There's a reason these characters are iconic and we still love them. They show a couple here in this clip. Pablo, Stephanie, Pete Wheeler. We got Dimitri, Ahmed, Tony Del Vecchio, and his sister. And we see Keisha looking at snapshots of the rest of the players out there. Jorge's making a turn. Reese is making a return. Vicky Kawaguchi, Sally Dobbs. And I love that they kept the treehouse like the exact same snapshot.
I would believe if they actually do bring back the characters, they would bring back probably the entire roster of people. I just want Ricky Johnson to be back. Ricky Johnson needs his push. And also, Ricky Johnson will be on my team for Backyard Baseball. I don't care how bad he is. He will be on my team because he's Ricky Johnson. Ricky!
Old games. There's instant nostalgia. Bringing back Vinny the Gooch, though, we got the 110% juice, so you have to imagine
110%.
Gotta have it as the power-up, of course. And it seems like they're keeping the same commentary team as well. We got old Sonny
they should.
Here again. And we even have the corn dog making an appearance.
Yeah, corn dog.
Game again if it rolls out and it's fine. Will there be any new additions? What will be the skill ratings of each player? Like, will Pablo Sanchez still be the GOAT?
That's a dumb question. The answer is obviously yes, he will.
Wheeler retain his speed. I do
Hope
find
so.
it funny that Ahmed still has his oversized earmuffs, which obviously hasn't aged well, but maybe that kid still got the Walkman, I guess, or the CD player. Seems like they have an updated design for Kenny Kawaguchi too.
Yeah, they gave him hair.
Pitcher. He seemed like he was like balding in the original game, but here they actually have some hair on him. But keeping him in the wheelchair, I think it's the right decision. Kenny's such a good character, and I think all of their like weird quirks and stuff is what makes them special and unique, and make them feel a little bit more realistic than the watered down like brand safe versions from the Xbox 360 era. People like personality.
We burn that image.
That's what the Backyard Sports kids do bring. What's interesting here is they're bringing it back more than just in video game format. They want to be doing television and movies as well, which I guess interesting choice.
I think it would be interesting to see. I think it would be cool to see, like, you know, I wouldn't think like on TV wise, more like maybe like a Hulu special, Netflix thing. That would be actually kind of cool to see, like, the characters, just see them like do like their average thing with their personalities. That would actually be kind of cool. I'm down with that.
They've said it seems like they'll be kind of in the vein of like the Sandlot, which makes sense. I assume it could be something like the Little Giants as well.
Oh
It's
my
still
God,
gonna be
nostalgia.
animated, if I had to guess, a live action version of Pablo would look kind of weird to me, and I think it would be a bad move too. I'm really here about the video games, but if you make something good and interesting, I'll tip my hat to you. But I'm here to play video games.
Okay,
And they do
calm
have
down,
a
dude.
website here of backyardsports.com. We're gonna take a look at it live. I want to see. We just have like the trailer on here. We can look at all the cards. Is this a 40-minute video of meeting the players from back
Yes,
in the day? Don't have
I was
time
gonna
to
say it
watch.
was a 40-minute of meeting the players. I was not gonna play that because you know what? I think we know the characters by now. If you guys want to see me do a video like that, you better like this video and subscribe and leave a comment below.
That I remember them perfectly well. But the fact that they're showing all of these old characters has me believing now that they're going to bring back all of them. And they even have an image of the backyard football one with Chuck Downfield. So
Chuck!
They have plans to do that eventually. Oh, when you click the play ball, it sends you to an email list. They got a Backyard Sports Instagram. It's a little bit creative way. I mean, it's just kind of like all informational stuff, but I like how they did it. Oh my gosh, do they actually have merch already? What?
I mean, I was going to say 100 and looks like it was like 165 for a jersey like that. Come on, Backyard Sports. What are you doing? You want me to... Should I buy it, people? Type 1 for yes, 2 for no. Let me know.
What is that? Who's buying the 110% juice pin?
I was going to say, for $12.50? I mean, $45.50 for a Pablo snapback. Okay, hats are in that range price nowadays. I mean, for God's sake, I can't even go any store without getting a lid like that, but damn.
Pablo Sanchez hat, I dig it. Pablo Sanchez jersey at
$185 US embroidered. What are you doing to me, game?
$5. I do think that's pretty sick though. And they have like it modeled on what the characters would look like. That's kind of funny. I mean, $185 is obviously expensive.
Yes.
It's merch for a video game.
$185.
Pablo Sanchez music. Oh yeah, there it is. We're so back. We are so back. I love that. I mean, it sounds like they're taking this very seriously.
They should.
I'm seeing, I've got a good feeling about this so far. I'm sure everyone is skeptical about these kind of remakes, though. But let's really think about it. If they come back with a game that's not good, with some crappy TV shows or something, we still have the old games. And like,
I hope so.
Spin-offs of Backyard Baseball, and we totally forgot about those. And I still love the old game. Actually give us something worthwhile. I'm recording this after the fact, and some people do bring up some good points about this company. They said there's only 2 employees and none of them have video game experience.
Well, once again, this is a brand new company. I was going to say, do you think right now they have only 2 people? This is going to be probably marketing to, at least we're going to have, what, a whole team. And pretty much when people are going to get hired, they're going to have video game experience. So this is just basically a company that's building up to the top. So I think, to me, we're a little too early to jump to the conclusion that, you know what? There's only 2 employees. 2 employees eventually going to be hundreds and thousands and millions. This is just the start. I mean, 0 gaming experience. I mean, trust me, guys. Have you seen any gaming experience that say people are hired to say, have you played video games before? No. Denied. But a lot of it comes back to the end of it. You need people who are great in digital media production, people in audio, people in designing, people in this and that. It takes time. There's not, just because they don't have a 0 game experience yet doesn't mean they're going to hire someone off the street that's going to have one.
It seems like it's a market test just to see if people respond and if they can get investors. And there's clearly going to be a bunch of attention around this, but that does bring up some worry.
But I mean, the fact of the matter is that, think about it more, on the news page, how many blogs have, how many pages, Sports Illustrated, how many people already made discussions about this stuff, and even making videos? I mean, hell, I'm making a video about this. Not the expert made a video about this. Everyone's making videos. It's just the fact that we're all connected, that eventually people with experience are going to be like, you know what? I want to be interested in this thing. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to email them. I'm going to say, you want some help? I'll help you out.
Feelings, if that's the case, if there's nothing actually in development. Like, we did see some merchandise and stuff. We saw the website and we saw the trailer. So it seems like they have at least some tests. Do they have an actual game ready to go? Remains to be seen. There wasn't a ton.
Well, once again, this was announced about weeks ago. So right now, this is just, it's kind of like with most of the games. It's kind of like when they did GTA 6, you know? It's not released just yet, but we got a peek of what's going to be coming to the game based on the images, based on the videos and trailers. It's just what marketing does for video games. They give you a preview of what you're going to expect, and then if we're actually going to get it. It's kind of like Kingdom Hearts. We get previews and videos of what we're going to expect with the Kingdom Hearts games. Are we going to get it? I don't know, but to be honest, it just seems like we're all kind of jumping the gun, which is a little too quick of saying, like, maybe they're trying to scam us. No. I think it's too early to say anything just yet, because you know what? A could be a plus, or A could be an F. We'll just have to see.
Information here, but I still wanted to make an announcement about it just because I love this game series. I'm excited to see it coming back. Hope you guys are too, and I will update you if there's any further updates about future titles. And back. Hope you guys are too, and I will update you if there's any further updates about future titles. But please subscribe if you enjoy my content. I've got a lot of content on my channel if you want to go back and watch them. I actually have a 7-hour video of me playing an entire season in one video. But anyways, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. You are legends of my book, and as for me, I am Drew Morris, Big Ol' Drewski, not the expert. And I'll see you guys in my next video.
But it just, I think to me right now, we're all people growing up in the 90s and experienced backyard baseball, understanding that we're going to get hopefully a promising game. That's what I'm looking forward to this whole series, is that we get a promising game. Now, I know there's going to be some minor tweaks and problems, but hopefully by the end of this year, we get a preview of what to expect from backyard sports. I mean, Backyard Baseball 1997 has to be released. So we're definitely going to see it on Steam pretty much by the end of this year, hopefully. And hopefully it's just a beta run, and then if they had to do some tweaks and experts, you know, they do it. But otherwise, guys, I'm excited. Hopefully there's more information. If you guys know anything about this game other than I do, let me know in the comments below. If you guys want me to react to other things that are coming up real soon, as always, guys, please let me input your opinion. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, give the video a like, hit the bell if you haven't yet. But guys, if you also haven't yet, please subscribe to Not the Expert. He actually is really good with his videos, and he's actually very entertaining. So, thank you for watching. This is Michael, signing out.